Would you please consider subscribing to my channel and giving my video a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it.
Once upon a time, in a quiet little village nestled near a vast forest, there lived a kind-hearted boy named Benny. Benny loved animals more than anything in the world. Every morning, he would wake up early and run to the forest, where he would spend hours watching birds, squirrels, and rabbits play. The animals loved Benny too. They knew he was gentle and would never harm them. One sunny day, Benny decided to venture deeper into the forest than he had ever gone before. He packed a small bag with some snacks, a bottle of water, and his favorite book about animals. As he walked deeper into the woods, he began to hear the sounds of the forest change. The chirping of the birds became louder, and the rustling of the leaves seemed to be whispering secrets. Benny smiled and followed the sounds, excited to see what new adventures awaited him. As Benny wandered, he stumbled upon a clearing where the trees opened up to reveal a shimmering pond. Around the pond, animals of all kinds were gathered. There were deer sipping water, frogs leaping from rock to rock, and even a family of beavers working on their dam. Benny sat down quietly at the edge of the clearing, not wanting to disturb the peaceful scene. Suddenly, Benny noticed something unusual. A small, timid fox was sitting alone at the edge of the pond, looking sad. Its fur was ruffled, and it seemed like it hadn't eaten in days. Benny's heart went out to the little fox. He slowly approached, kneeling down so as not to scare it. "Hey there, little one," Benny said softly. "Are you okay?" The fox looked up at Benny with wide, frightened eyes but didn't run away. Benny reached into his bag and pulled out a piece of bread. He offered it to the fox, who hesitated for a moment before cautiously approaching and taking the bread from his hand. As the fox ate, Benny gently patted its head. "You don't have to be afraid. I'm your friend." The fox's tail wagged slightly, and for the first time, Benny saw a little glimmer of hope in its eyes. While Benny was caring for the fox, a large brown bear lumbered out from the trees. Benny froze for a moment, unsure of what the bear might do. But to his surprise, the bear didn't seem angry or threatening. Instead, it looked at Benny with wise, kind eyes and said in a deep, rumbling voice, "You have a kind heart, young one. The animals of this forest need someone like you." Benny's eyes widened in shock. He had never heard an animal speak before. "You can talk?" he asked, amazed. The bear chuckled. "In this part of the forest, yes. Only those who truly love and care for animals can hear us speak. And we need your help, Benny." Benny felt a surge of excitement and curiosity. "What can I do?" The bear explained that the animals of the forest had been facing a big problem. A nearby river that provided water to the entire forest was drying up. Without enough water, many of the animals would struggle to survive. The beavers had tried building new dams, and the birds had flown far and wide in search of a solution, but nothing had worked. "We've heard of a magical spring deep in the mountains," the bear continued. "It is said to have the power to restore the rivers and bring life back to the land. But no animal has ever dared to venture that far. It's a dangerous journey, full of challenges." Without hesitation, Benny stood up and said, "I'll go. I'll find the spring and help save the forest." The bear smiled warmly. "I knew we could count on you." With that, Benny set off on his adventure, accompanied by the little fox, who had now become his loyal companion. As they walked through the dense forest, they encountered many challenges. First, they had to cross a wide river with strong currents. Benny was unsure how they would make it across, but just then, a family of beavers appeared. They recognized Benny and knew he was there to help. The beavers quickly built a sturdy bridge of logs, allowing Benny and the fox to cross safely. Next, Benny and the fox faced a steep mountain path. The trail was rocky and slippery, and it seemed impossible to climb. But then a family of mountain goats arrived, their hooves perfectly suited for the rough terrain. The goats guided Benny and the fox up the mountain, helping them avoid dangerous falls. As they neared the top of the mountain, a thick fog rolled in, making it difficult to see. Benny could barely make out the path ahead, and the cold air chilled him to the bone. But just as he was about to lose hope, an owl swooped down from the trees and landed on Benny's shoulder. "I can see through the fog," the owl said. "Follow me." The owl led Benny and the fox safely through the mist, and soon they reached a beautiful, hidden valley at the top of the mountain. In the center of the valley was the magical spring, its waters sparkling with an otherworldly light. Benny approached the spring, kneeling beside it. He filled his water bottle with the magical water and thanked the animals who had helped him along the way. "This water will save the forest," he said with determination. The journey back to the forest was easier with the help of the animals. When Benny returned, he poured the magical water into the river, and almost immediately, the river began to flow again. The plants around the forest turned greener, and the animals rejoiced as the water brought life back to their home. The bear appeared once more, his eyes filled with gratitude. "You've done something wonderful today, Benny. Because of your bravery and kindness, the forest will thrive once again." The little fox, now strong and healthy, nuzzled Benny's leg, and Benny smiled. He had made a new friend for life. "I couldn't have done it without all of you," Benny said humbly. From that day on, Benny was known as the protector of the forest. He visited his animal friends every day, and they knew they could always count on him. The forest flourished, and the bond between Benny and the animals grew stronger with each passing season. And so, Benny and his forest friends lived happily ever after, in harmony and peace, knowing that together, they could overcome any challenge. The end.